Views expressed here are not supported by and do not reflect those of the Evening Rush Network. Viewers' discretion is.
Man, I can't calm down, it's only up from here. I can't shake this hell off, yeah, I know it's real. When I'm seeing tone, people tell me what's the deal. Man, I'm feeling like David when I do my dance. Fading like a spirit, my vision kinda blurry. I'm feeling kinda woozy, I'm fading in the spirit. My vision kinda blurry, I'm feeling kinda woozy. Yeah, come on, Jesus Christ, tell me what's the deal. I'm feeling kinda dizzy, and ain't pop the pill. I'm high on cloud now, and I'm feeling fine.
What's going on? What's going on? Welcome, everyone to another episode of Think and Grow with Vette Green. Tonight we have a very special guest in the house. We have Mr. Y.N.X 716 himself. Welcome, everybody. Welcome. We also have the Joker. We have Big Mike and OG Moan just showed up. So we go let our guest introduce himself, and then we're going to get into hot topics really quick. So go ahead and introduce yourself.
What's up, Y.N.X 716, hip hop lyricist representing Buffalo, New York. And we here, man. I appreciate you having me.
Oh, of course. I appreciate you being on here. I really do. And welcome back again to Joker, our honorary co-host.
No doubt. Appreciate y'all. No doubt. The Joker Overlook MC, Buffalo, New York, all day.
Yeah. And OG Moan, I see you came on in. Thank you for coming back. Big Mike, how you doing down there?
I'm good. How y'all been?
I'm good. I want to get right into these hot topics. When we were backstage, we were getting into a little bit of a debate.
Oh yeah.
About Ye. Listen, I do not agree with everything he said. If you listen closely to what he said about George Floyd, he definitely worded that totally wrong. I don't know what, he said that they shot him up with fentanyl, I just, man, how far are we going to let this go? Are we really going to just cancel him out? Are we really just going to cancel him out like that? It's the programming, y'all. It's the programming. If you're listening, it's the programming, okay? This is exactly how they set it up for us to hate this man. They set it up for us to, all of our Black leaders, listen, if you guys don't listen to me any other time, take the time to go and watch the interview. Don't just go by what you heard in the news. Keep in mind that these are networks out here. They all have an opinion. You have these huge platforms that have their own opinion. So, of course, they're going to not want anything that goes against their agenda. Right. Anything that goes against their agenda. So when you have someone like Kanye who's willing to speak out, who's willing to be a voice for the people who are scared to speak out, even now, you have artists right now who are not backing this man because they're scared to lose their endorsements. We were going back and forth about this in behind stage. They're scared to lose their endorsements. We have got to keep in mind, everybody, that this is a real life situation, and you cannot go by what somebody's telling you. Go and do your research. Don't go by what you heard in the news without doing your research. I say it all the time. Even the preachers tell you, a good preacher is going to tell you what I just talked about, go and do your research yourself. Don't go
Mm-hmm.
by what you heard in the news. So, you know what? We've been talking about this, the Joker. I just want to start with you.
Okay.
Y.N.X, feel free to, chime in. I don't want anybody to chime in that feels uncomfortable talking about it. I listen. I feel like Jay-Z, grandmama, they gonna have to kill me because God gave me this voice and I'm going to use it. If I see something wrong, I'm going to speak on it. I just cannot not say anything. I just cannot. I was bamboozled for 46 doggone years. I
Mhm.
refuse now. I refuse to be bamboozled. I refuse to just listen to what people are telling me without doing my own research. I refuse to just go by what the news is selling me,
Mhm.
because that's what they're doing. They're selling
Mhm.
us. Remember, there's commercials playing on those news channels that you're watching. If you
Mhm.
log on to anything, there's a commercial right behind it. That means they're selling us something. Okay.
That's right. That's
So
right.
I, go, somebody chime in.
Now, the producer, I agree with him 100% what he has said. Um, but when you in this media world and you involved in this industry and you behind the scenes of the industry, like I can say a lot of things on these platforms and a lot of things I can't say in these platforms. Like when I be on my show, I always say I can't name drop a lot of people's names who my mentors is, a lot of things because of the code and everything. But I do know for a fact, far as my boy Ye. And I don't agree with a lot of things he said. He's finna lose that 250 million too. And at the end of the day, Ye is also not stupid. He's a very intelligent young man, high educated young man, straight A student, a 4.0 in college type of dude when he dropped out. You know what I mean? So it's like he's not a stupid young man, a stupid black man at that. But I am going to tell you this though. Um, he can lose all his endorsements, but as long as he has that music who's also owned by the community, I'ma say. That he still have a relationship with those people. They didn't knock him down yet. Now when the music platforms knock him down, then I'll say he's done. He's in the process. In the last past 3 years, he was in the process of buying Spotify. And it's still in the making as we speak. So I don't know if they're going to shut that movement, now because it was going on. They haven't yet. Maybe in the future, then maybe they're going to see what happens after the case with the Floyd family. But long as he has that behind his belt, um, he's good. But like you said, listen to the interview
Yeah.
that he has. Listen, and it's other interviews they canceled out. Interview he did with LeBron James at his platform. They not releasing that. He just did
Everybody's
one
running
with,
scared.
yeah, he also did an
Everybody's running
interview with
scared.
the owner of United Masters, his platform. They canceled that. Talib Kweli's platform by podcast. He interviewed Ye 3 weeks ago. They canceled that interview. Not to
Balenciaga
be
just
shown.
pulled them
Yeah.
earlier today. I
You know
mean,
what I'm
he's
saying?
going to, because this is how it's set up.
Yeah.
This is how they are setting it up, and that is what is so frustrating to me, because we still have this programming out here from people. People are being programmed to agree and to yes, he said some things that are wrong. Absolutely, he did. But we also had a freaking president sitting for 4 years that was
Hmm.
touching women and
Yes,
did not respect them. I mean, I mean, think about it,
that's
everybody.
a
Yep.
fact.
Yep.
Yes, I'm gonna take
Yep.
a few moments
Facts.
because it's aggravating me and it scares me to think that we can be that programmed to cancel somebody out and not even listen to the interview, just go by what
Hmm.
the media is telling us, not even listening to the actual interview, going by the media that's owned by the people that's trying to cancel him. And it's for a reason. It's for a reason. If he can't get our support, he's going to go on the other side. Absolutely. He's
Hmm.
going to go on the other side, y'all. So before
Hmm.
y'all get to talking about, yeah, cancel him and this is what he said, listen to the interview. It's still up. It's not up for drink champs, but you can Google it. And I went on YouTube again just to see if I can still find it. And sure enough, it's still there. All
Hmm.
3 hours of it. All you got to
Hmm.
do is take some time and listen to the interview. Stop letting people tell you what you should think.
Hmm.
If anybody else want to tap in on the thing, y'all can. If not, we can move on.
Definitely. I think those clips, those little small clips, are dangerous. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? And I agree with you how you saying watch the full interview, because I heard the clip. You know, of course they're gonna highlight the George Floyd clip. You
Mm-hmm.
know what I mean? But I did go and watch the full interview, and I agree with you 100% that you can't listen to people. You have to fully see for yourself and find the perspective.
Mm-hmm.
Now,
Yes.
I heard I heard somebody that was frustrated in what he, you know what I mean, and in the way that he expressed himself.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I don't always agree with how Nori does it, because pretty much the purpose of the podcast is to get you drunk so you say, so for the viewing, you know what I'm saying? So it was a lesson for Nori too, because now he has to understand everything is not clickbait. You know what I'm saying? You don't have to maneuver like that, but pretty much you know what I mean, Kanye said what they didn't want people to know.
Mm-hmm.
You know, the normal individual, like the supporters that's not artists and not within the business, they don't understand what goes on behind it. So this
Yeah.
is like an enlightenment for some of us, and also a way of showing how the industry really is. You know what I'm saying? You can't. It's certain stuff you can't say. I don't care how much they say freedom of speech is, but when he
That's a
started
fact.
telling people all of the stuff that they didn't want them to know, that's when, because he's a voice now, he's not no puppet.
Emphasis on
You
that
know what
part,
I'm saying?
Y.N.X. The stuff
So
that they
you know what I
don't
mean.
want
So
people to know.
yeah. So like once he starts telling, because he made an example about how they're gonna allow us to promote killing each other. But as soon as you talk about a certain group that's not promoting killing black people, now it's the issue. And again, they want to keep us in that cycle. So what he said was true. You know what I mean? He pretty much just you know what I mean? He's I'm sure he's been through a lot too. You know what I'm saying? So like
Mm-hmm.
we can't expect everybody to just be, you know what I mean, say everything straightforward and not make no mistakes. You know what I mean? So yeah, that's my take on that.
Thank you for that. Thank you for
No
that.
problem.
That sums it up right there, you guys. There's things out there that they don't want us to know. They kept it hidden from us for years. There's artists out here. He always says, "I'm not keeping anything a secret." If you follow Kanye's journey, you'll see that when he was trying to break into the business, a lot of times he was around people that wouldn't give him the information because we have this doggone I'll say rats in a barrel mentality. We don't want to share the information. Well, he's willing to share the information because he's that many artists are trying to get to. So he's doing the footwork. He's doing the footwork for you artists out there who's trying to break ground. He's
Mm-hmm.
out here doing the footwork so that when it's time, when it's your turn, you won't have those issues. You won't have these things hidden from you. He's doing the
Mm-hmm.
footwork. So all I'm saying is just don't cancel the man out. Don't go
Mm-hmm.
listen. Don't go listening to what somebody said or a sound bite that you heard. A 2-second sound bite. If even this sound bite, this can be a sound bite that they can take and run with it. All
Mm-hmm.
I'm saying is just use your mind. That's all I'm saying. That's all
Mm-hmm.
I'm saying. I agree. Yes, he has some mental health things going on, but who the hell don't? Who the hell don't? Yeah, he may need to be medicated again. He may need that. Don't cancel him out because he's using his voice. Don't cancel him out for that. You know how many things we done said wrong? Man,
Mm.
he's
Yeah.
doing it. Man, this exactly what they want to happen is happening because
Mm.
he has a voice, you guys.
Mm-hmm.
He has a
Mm-hmm.
voice that people are listening to. He has a voice that black people are listening to.
Mm-hmm.
Emphasis.
Right.
Okay. Okay. We don't have that many leaders, you guys. Think
That's a
about
fact.
all the black leaders we've had. They've been canceled for a reason.
Mm-hmm.
It's not because they said something wrong. It's because they're trying to lead your ass out of that doggone depression that you're in and that mindset that we've been shackled in for 400 years. Let's get into the interview. Y.N.X, how are you? Thank you so much for joining us
Doing
tonight.
good. I'm doing
Thank you
well. How
so
are
much
you?
for joining us tonight.
No
You
problem. No
you
problem.
off the heels of the you were just in the city in
Yeah.
Brooklyn.
Yep. I was just
How was that experience?
it was dope. We went to SOBs. I mean, it was probably like a 6-hour trip. You know what I mean? Me and my boy Kill Ali, we got an album out right now called Dusty Soul. So pretty much when we've been booking shows, we've been bringing one another along to continue to promote the album. But it was a dope experience for sure.
Congratulations to you. It's good when I love seeing artists from Buffalo out and about outside of the city, because that's where you're
Definitely.
going to get your supporters. I know a lot of people don't like me to say that, especially because
True.
like I always say, Lackawanna is my home, Buffalo is my city. But unfortunately, everybody that's listening, if you want the support, you can't get the
Exactly.
support from people who needs to support themselves. You have got to
Right.
get outside of home
Mm-hmm.
and get you. First of all, you gain the experience, right? And you get to hone your craft.
For sure.
Now you're competing with people outside of your normal.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
For sure.
That's my. So I went into some of these. I'm so passionate about certain things. You guys, you just got to give me a moment. I'm just
That's you
when I
good.
saw
You good.
everything that was going on with Kanye
Yeah,
today, I'm like,
yeah.
come on, y'all.
Yeah.
We can't let this happen. Like, come on, we got to wake up. We really got to wake up. So I want to talk about some of your songs, but I also want to talk about your journey to this music thing. So what
Right.
got you here?
So I grew up. My family does mostly gospel music. So you know what I mean. My whole family, my mom's side of the family, they're all singers. You know what I'm saying? And you know they pretty much did music from a singing standpoint. And as a young child, I was singing as well till about the age of probably 13. And then you know my voice started to change, and then I was going through a lot of stuff, learning life, and then I started to write music to try to channel my emotions, basically. You know what I'm saying? And ever since then, I've been doing music and consistently
Mm-hmm.
writing, recording, dropping albums and videos as well.
Mm-hmm. So,
I saw that you were recording in one of the videos that you made. I said, is he recording himself? So you were doing it all.
Yeah, so I got I got a studio set up, and you know what I mean, got a booth set up that I use, and I've been recording myself since about 15. So I haven't been to the studio unless unless somebody called me for like a feature or something. I do all my recording in house, and I'll send it off to an engineer if needed. And I mix my own stuff too, but a lot of times I rather send it to an engineer just because they can have a different ear on it. But yeah, I do pretty much everything on my own, self-taught, and you know just to make sure that I have the ability to do it if I need to.
hmm yeah, no doubt. I like what you got going on. One thing I want to touch on real quick is um, your marketing. Who taught you the marketing side of it?
It's it's really trial and error.
Okay.
You know, just kind of seeing what works, seeing what doesn't work, and you know, I'm a thinker as well, so I understood that I couldn't just rap. I had to learn other aspects of things too. You know what I'm saying? So I had to learn the promotion, you know, rollouts. You know what I mean? Things to tease certain stuff that I'm doing. Like for an example, because I just did SOBs, but I wanted to give it a few days before I made my announcement for my next show because I wanted to make sure that everybody got the gist of SOBs too. So I
Mm,
utilize momentum heavy. So anytime
smart.
I have momentum with anything, I'll start going harder with the promotion if I feel like I got momentum coming. So whether it's opening up for you know a larger artist, so I opened up for it was supposed to be Method Man and Redman a few months ago. Unfortunately, they didn't make it, but we had Styles P, Sheik Luch, Jim Jones,
Mm,
Mano. So I
dope.
pretty much utilized all of that. So when I figured out that I was going to be doing that show, I made the announcement, and then that got people curious. Okay, so he's doing something, so let me at least go check him out. So when I get those moments, I'll just flood my either my story or my timeline with music, and I just utilize that and just pretty much thinking and trial and error, seeing what works and what doesn't for the most part.
Do you reach out to the DJs or the DJs reach out to you?
So I've been doing a lot of the things that I'm my strong suit in. I've been kind of focusing on that, and if it's not my strong suit, I'll either I'll reach out or I'll try to consult with somebody else that might be helping. But I was getting posted on a lot of YouTube channels, and that's where some of the DJs got the music from. And then I utilize PRs to where they got me on Shade 4-5. And then after I got on Shade 4-5 and made the connection of who the DJ was, then I'll reach out to the DJ directly, and you know, I'll pitch him my stuff. So Track started the DJ, you know what I mean? I got placed on a few of his joints on on Shade 4-5 on Fridays. Dope. And then from there I started following him, and then I hit him up directly like, yo, peace, you know, appreciate you playing my song. What's the email that I can send you future songs? So that's
you see his YouTube page, he even messing with the shorts. You know what I'm saying? You on it. You definitely on it. We were talking about your marketing this morning. I'm like, they even got shorts up here.
It's doing, you know, it's definitely keeping me motivated to do what I gotta do. But even with my merch as well, you know what I mean? If I got merchandise, you know, I got the Y.N.X hats now, and I purposely just wear my stuff out to kind of test, you know, man. It's like psychological marketing. Like if I'm wearing a hoodie out, so my theme is Hennessy. So like my first album was Hennessy Memories.
Yeah,
so
I remember that like that. Fire.
And instead of very, very special, because Hennessy say very special, I put the very Buffalo on there. You know what I mean? So like I wear my stuff out and about, and if nobody says nothing about it, then I gotta go back to the drawing boards. If somebody say, "Oh, I like that hoodie," then I know, okay, I should make some more of these. You know what I mean?
You gotta
so I just kind of, you know what I mean? I just see what works out, you know what I mean? And I understand life is timing, so I utilize all the experiences and see what's gonna work for me. You know what I mean? And just kind of go from there.
No formal marketing classes?
No, not at all. It just comes to me like different ideas. So that's why I'm grateful for my creativity, because I can use my creativity to market things. You know what I mean? Like, because I'm doing it by myself and there's so much stuff I'm doing at once, I haven't mastered it, but just little stuff that I do. Like for an example, like I'll drop cover art, and the cover art is gonna be the next piece of merch. You know? So I got a song I call Top 10. So I got a snapback that said Top 10 on it, and you know what I mean. I would at that point, if I wanted to go with it, I would utilize the cover of Top 10 and say, yo, I just dropped a single, and you go also buy the hat. You know what I'm saying? And then I got another single that's dropping called Very Buffalo. So I got a hoodie on the cover of it with a bucket hat, and then I got the Very Buffalo, pretty much like a you know, the way this hoodie is made.
Okay.
So, you know what I mean? I just utilize that, you know, I utilize my creativity to market as well.
Yeah. Yeah, you do a good job on it, man. You know your audience, that's for sure. Because me figuring out my audience, what I wanted to do, I've noticed that, you know, I'm on 65 different radio stations playing my music and everything. And every time I see their playlist, I see you on the playlist. So, you know, you're on 65. You might be on more than me. You might be on 150. But I'm going to name the top 13 stations that play you consistent right behind me. And plus the Buffalo fame like Conway and, you know, Benny and all of us, you know, from Buffalo. My man K1J Radio, he play you consistent. He's from out of New Jersey. Blaze One Radio out of ATL. Underground Sound Off Radio from Columbia, Ohio. DJ Ronisha and G-Zom Boom Bap Show in France in the UK. Funk Show Radio overseas in Northampton. That's overseas. I believe that's Australia, I believe. Going Up Radio, France. State of Hip Hop Music Radio, Columbia, Ohio. Lee's List Radio, Boston, Massachusetts. My man DJ Chris G from Rochester, New York, straight from the underground. That's my man. The Sixth Floor Show in the UK. Fleet Boom Radio, which is Boom Bat Radio in Charlotte, North Carolina. Plus the station that I worked for out here for a while, Famous Hip Hop Radio in Albuquerque, New Mexico. When they played your stuff, that I didn't even bring it to them. They already had it on their playlist. And WKT 420 Lit Radio in ATL. That's a top 13 radio station that play you on rotation consistently, and you have a solid fan base in those places in areas. So, anyone of them sound familiar?
You left out Evening Rush Radio.
That's what I'm thinking. Did you sing your music?
Yeah, Evening Rush. That's next. You know, but you know, these are the people that have been playing you for the past 4 years.
Definitely, a few sound familiar. A lot of the ones from overseas. I've definitely gained a good amount of overseas fans. I've actually done albums with, you know what I mean, overseas producers. I got an Imperative. He's out in Toronto. Vagrant Real Estate. He's out in the UK as well. We have a full album together titled Glass Half Full. I have a album that's in the tuck that I haven't even dropped yet from a producer from Russia. His name is Sprout. He's dope. We got like a 8 or 9 track project. I haven't dropped it yet just because I pretty much I'm dropping stuff for priority and what's pretty much has momentum. But yeah, Chris G, he's I shout out to Chris G. I'm familiar with the station out in the Rock. But yeah, I appreciate you giving me that list, man. Sometimes I need the reassurance because I'm always tunnel vision that I don't really pay attention to, if I'm doing it right or not. I just know I'm working. You know what I mean? But I appreciate you
no
letting
doubt.
me know them stations for sure.
What keeps you focused like that? Because you are different.
Word.
You're different, and it's good to see someone who also understands both sides. That it's not just the music that's going to get you going. You have to market yourself.
Definitely. I would say I just made up in my mind that music this is what I'm supposed to be doing. You know what I mean? Like I've been doing music, writing and recording like way longer than I had a 9-to-5 job. So like that keeps me motivated. Like I was working at a bank for about 6 years, and I got to my 4th and 5th year, and that's when I kind of figured out, like, you know what I mean, you have to figure out something for yourself. You know what I mean? And so I ended up going part-time at the bank because I wanted to put myself in an uncomfortable situation to where I had to try to make money from music because I didn't want to be working. You know what I mean? So like I made the bare minimum just so I can do what I had to do to pay my bills, and then from there, I just stayed proactive, and now today I'm a full-time artist as of July. You know what I'm saying? So I had to really, make that up in my mind. But that's what keeps me motivated. I don't want to work. I don't want to work forever. You know what I'm saying?
For anybody.
I want to do something that this is not no job. This is my life. You know what I'm saying? So like this is what I should be doing, and I just make sure that I manifest that. You know what I mean? That you're going to be doing this, and you're not doing nothing else besides this. Now you can segue into other stuff, but this is going to be the main thing. And through the grace of God, I was able to accomplish that. You know what I mean? It's not easy doing music full time. So I'm definitely doing music full time now for sure. So
we're going to go into one of your songs before we go to break. When we come back, I want to finish this conversation. You are such a joy to talk to.
Okay.
Because you have a head on your shoulders as well. It's nice to talk to somebody. When I love having really good conversations, really good interviews, great interviews like this.
Right.
Don, we can go into one of his songs. Let's go into one of his tracks, and then we'll come right back. If you are interested in having a podcast, if you are interested in joining the Evening Rush Network family, well, come on over. There's still room. Right, Don? There's still room? Am I up here lying?
Looking to podcast shows and do not know where to start? The Evening Rush Network can help you with that. Call us at 929-441-2417 or email us at theeveningrushnetwork@gmail.com for dates and prices. We got you for all your podcast needs. The Evening Rush Network. Tune in, subscribe, and share.
Look, yeah, Y.N.X 716. Look, I speak for those who want to listen. I find the entrance from each eviction. In other words, it's harsh missions. If you paying attention, overseeing redemption. Approach you with my armor, cause karma don't take this on too light. On my persona on sight, arrive dirty and I stay for the wait. You live dirty and be late for your wake. Until my soul will take, my soul, my traits, just to get my soul in.
Welcome back. That was a freestyle that I saw him when I was doing my research for this interview. I saw him on Sirius XM, and I was just blown away that he was able to immediately, as soon as they dropped the beat, he started freestyling. I was like, did he write that down? Like, where you just right off the back? And I knew you hadn't wrote it down because I get it when you were saying, yeah, this is Y.N.X 716. You were getting yourself ready for the next
Well,
round that you were about to fire
yeah.
back.
So I did. Those are like, that's probably about maybe 4 or 5. I probably wrote those about 4 or 5 years ago. What I was doing was, because everything is broken into 16 bars.
Mm-hmm.
So like some of 16s don't go into one another. So that's why I was saying Y.N.X 716 in the background, so I can think of another 16 to put in the mix. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, like I that's my biggest thing. Like I don't and on those type of platforms I don't really play the freestyle game just because my biggest fear is to not deliver. You know what I'm saying? So like I always make sure that I'm prepared and I at least I always keep a good 3 to 4 rhymes at least. You know what I'm saying? So those was joint 16s that I put together to make sure that I was ready and it was live. So I was like, I can't choke on Shade 4 or 5. I gotta have this right.
So the Y.N.X is remember that's remember what
Yeah.
that was his, so he can remember what.
Yeah.
That's right.
Who would
Big
you
Mike,
say
you missed
influenced
him
you?
last week.
Yeah, I seen that. I'm like, oh man, I caught it. But I got a question. Who would be your old school and new school influence rapper that you kind of looked up to?
Definitely. So I would say
Other than the Joker.
yeah. So I would say like Big L, you know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah, I can hear that. I can hear that in you.
Biggie, you
Yeah,
know
that's
what I
what I was
mean?
thinking. Yeah.
So like a lot of the lyricists, Outkast, I like a lot of Outkast. As far as new school, I would say, you know what I mean, Nas is still going. Nas is new school and old school. Um, I would say Kai, he from Brownsville. He's dope. And yeah, those are my main influence. I listen to a lot of oldies. I don't listen to a lot of rap. I listen to like a lot of like Isley Brothers, Bobby Womack. Like that's like my, you know what I mean. Those are like songs that inspire me to write.
Yeah,
You
definitely
know?
that. You grew up on all that. Definitely that.
Yeah. So that's my go to for the most part.
You can
That
definitely
influenced a
hear
lot
the
of your music.
influences.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah, it comes out.
When you said Big L, that took the cake right there.
That's right.
Big L fight.
Yeah.
Definitely that. Definitely that.
Big L dope.
In one of the interviews that you had did, you talked about 2020 for you. That was a tough year for everybody. What was
Yeah.
going on with you that year? What happened to change? Because
Yeah.
you've been doing music for a while, but you decided to like get your grind on, get like
Yeah.
do this thing. So what changed for you?
So like at that time, I put it in perspective, like out of sight, out of mind. So like you got to stay in people's face, and plus everybody was in the house because of the pandemic. So I was utilizing that to the best of my ability. Like if everybody in the house, that means all of the people that work in the record labels and the radios, they in the house and they on IG Live. So I would try to find different lives to come on and freestyle on. You know what I mean? I got on Shade maybe not. I did Shade 4 or 5, but it had to be pre-recorded because they weren't in the office. So I did like the serious cipher, and I brought two of my boys with me. It was myself, Akil Ali, who I have the album Dusty Souls with, and also Bo Gustis. He's another elite lyricist from Buffalo. But we went on there, and I just was utilizing 2020 because everybody was in the house, so that means everybody's listening to music. Everybody not outside, so I use that time. Like I said, I record myself, so I dropped like 4 projects that year. Yeah, I mean, all recorded and within my studio area, and it was just like I said, it was a time for everybody was at home. So what more else could you do besides be in the house and listen to music? So I just used that to really go just put everything out that I could because I know people would be listening.
When 2020 happened, I said to myself, and I think I might have tweeted this, that man, there's going to be some fire music that comes
But
out of this because
yeah,
everybody's in the house. There
Definitely.
has to be some fire music.
Yeah. And that definitely taught me though, that allowed me, it made me better though, because sometimes it's the quality of what you drop. But at the same time, every rhyme you getting better and better. So it's like practice. So like I just want the first project gonna be better than the fifth. I'm sorry, the fifth project gonna be better than the first one. So like I really use that to like hone my craft. And now like I used to purposely put like throwaway tracks in there to, not to say that I didn't want the album to be too perfect, but I would purposely put like tracks that wasn't that outrageous in the mix to make sure. But now I learned my lessons to the point where like every project I want to make an experience. So I don't even want those tracks that you can skip no more. You know what I mean? So like that helped me build my my mindset as far as that's concerned.
Yeah, you're right about it being locked down for that year. All my singles that's on my platform right now have been recorded during the pandemic. So I think that's one of my best work.
Dope.
My
That's dope.
singles, and then the Haters album got released right before the pandemic.
Okay.
I did that hard copies and I didn't put them on the platform. But when we was locked down, I did mostly radio, and I was just getting into podcasts. But I was in the radio, and I was working for, like I said, I was working for when I was in Buffalo at the time, I was working for Rubber Radio. That's when I just missed you coming
Yeah.
in. Yeah, you know what I mean. When I used to work for the DJ Ruckus, rest in peace.
Rest in peace.
He the one that got me into radio, into podcasts, and DJ Ruckus, rest in peace. A legendary DJ out of Buffalo, one of the nicest DJ radio stations. He had the first hip hop radio station, I think, that really took it to the next level. That helped me out and helped Chris G out, and and a couple other people that have a platform. But yeah, I just missed you, and I just missed you on your cousin's podcast, the round table. What I'm saying, I missed you on that interview too. So so I finally get to see you now. Here on the digital side, but hope I can see you in the flesh. You know what I mean, and hopefully we can probably do a feature too, because it's time. It's time for us to shut it down a little bit.
Yes, sir.
Monopoly. The pain did a lot for me.
Yeah.
Talk to me about that verse.
Yeah, so like, man, I just kind of painted that picture. I wanted to do something that would get people attention and also paint a picture at the same time.
Video fire.
Yeah. Shout out to Studio 2099. He really did. He did his thing on that joint. I told him what my goal was, and he put it in the mix. I wanted to have it on both angles, because in the streets you play craps. Monopoly used the board, so I had like both aspects of it. You know what I mean? And because you got to progress, so you can't do the same thing. You know what I mean? Like gambling now is like investing. You know what I'm saying? So it's different, but like the pain did a lot for me. It's life lessons and a prophecy. My eyes are dice and my mind's a monopoly. You know what I'm saying? So basically stating like my mind is what's gonna get me to where I need to be. You know what I'm saying? And I put it in perspective for them. With the monopoly board talking about the different pieces. You know what I mean? Signing the deal was like going to jail. You know what I mean? And I actually got a custom monopoly board made, and I took the MON out and I put Y.N.X. So it's Y.N.X. Opoly, and I pretty much got my life, around the board. So I got like Shade 45, Bailey Avenue, where I grew up, Conway feature, Cool G rap feature. You know what I mean? So I pretty much put my timeline of the music on the board. You know what I mean? So I use that. Remember I was telling you about like the marketing stuff. So I use that to kind of counter promote the single. You know what I mean? So yeah,
that's fire.
Appreciate
fire.
it. Definitely.
A killer's killer. I listen to this.
You like it?
This is my third time listening. I keep pressing the mute.
Word.
I like that song. A killer's killer.
Thank you.
This third. You keep seeing me looking down. I'm on time number 3.
I knew you were down there researching. I knew you were.
You know me, right?
Yes, right.
I am, right?
Yeah.
A killer's killer, the remix with Conway. That joint is nice. I like that.
Yeah. One of my favorite MCs too, Conway. Yeah, no doubt.
That was produced by Graphwise. He's out in New York too. Yeah, that was shout out to Conway. He did that feature early on when they were just getting ready like to get signed. So he was about to get he he showed love. You know what I mean? Like I hit him up and I was like, yo, I'm looking to get a feature. And he's like, yo, you from Buffalo? And I was like, yeah. You know what I'm saying? So in the midst of it, I mean, I had another artist that I had in mind as well that I was working with that didn't work out. You know what I'm saying? So like Conway ended up actually reaching out back to me, like, yo, bro, what's good with the track? Because I sent him a clip of it, like, yo, bro, I'm trying to get this feature done. And then, you know what I mean, he gave me his price. And then I'm like, okay, bet. So like a few weeks went by, and then he hit me back, like, yo, bro, what's good? What happened to the track or whatever? So like that was just life telling me, or that was God telling me, like, yo, bro, just send it. Don't worry about this other artist. You have to figure that out down the line. So I sent it to him. He sent that joint back within like 2 to 3 days. You know what I mean? And ironically, I'm opening up for Conway November 4th and 5th in Orlando. So that's gonna be dope. I mean, this is my first time because I'll open for Griselda. Well, I opened for Benny and Conway in Columbus, Ohio. So that was the last time I probably seen Conway live. And yeah, man. So yes, we back on the road right after SOBs. You know what I mean? Now I'm about to hit Orlando, Florida, and opening up for him on the 4th, and then Miami on the 5th. So it's gonna be dope.
Isn't that amazing how it works when you are on the right path? Like you don't even have to go searching for certain things. That vibrational pattern.
Organically, yeah.
You see it manifesting in your life, don't you?
Absolutely. Everything's coming back.
Fire. That's what I'm talking about. Yeah, I'm very excited for you, man. I'm very excited for you. Because it's like I'm always preaching to the choir, to a lot of the artists out of Buffalo where they open the doors, and you fell right into place doing exactly what I was talking about. You know, and the same thing with me. I stay on the road too. I'm in Albuquerque, New Mexico right now, you know, and I was living in Indianapolis, I was living in Atlanta, and I also lived in South Carolina. So I traveled across this country for the past 20 years. So my funnel is kind of big like yours too. So it's like, you know, the way you're using it, you use it in a different way though. You using it in a pathway like you in the Wizard of Oz on that yellow brick road. Whatever come your way, you're going to grab which was needed. So by the time you see that whiz, you don't need no heart. You don't need no brain. You already got it on that journey. Going to see the whiz. That's what remind me. That's what I get. That's a good idea for a track too. You know what I mean? With that same concept. You know what I mean? Because that's what I'm seeing. That's what I'm seeing in my head when you're telling your story. You know what I mean? And that's fire. I love that, man. Salute to you on that one, man. And I've been a fan since day one.
Thank
you know,
Thank
you got your cousin.
Well, I don't forget, bro. Trust me, I don't forget who been supporting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No doubt. You fire with it, man. Keep going.
Thank you, bro.
And I can't wait till you go to Conway, open up on the what is it, 4th, right? November 4th, right?
Yes, sir. November 4th.
In Orlando, Florida, man. That's fire. And yeah, do your thing, man. Brand it out. And you know, and I'm gonna keep on supporting and keep on doing what I do on my end. And you know, no doubt. We definitely gonna kick it. No, we definitely gonna kick it.
Definitely tap in with me, for sure.
Yeah, no doubt.
Tell us a little bit more about
go ahead,
generational wealth.
Definitely.
What's up with them saxophones, eh?
Oh, yeah, man. So yeah, that's off the album Dusty Souls with my boy Kill Ali. I wrote that, you know what I mean? And I wrote that in like a mindset, you know what I mean? Like what I was talking about earlier is like chasing what's for you. You know what I mean? 9 to 5 is not gonna really get you generational wealth. And I always tell people like I got kids, you know what I'm saying? So like if I'm working at the bank, my kid's not gonna automatically get hired just because I work at the bank. But if I got a business, you know what I mean, that's something that I can that they can feed from, generational wealth. I mean, a lot of people like they live in the moment and they think, okay, I can't take it with me, but what about the kids? So like generational wealth is something that's really important to me. And I feel like if we knew, like a lot of our parents were young parents, and you know what I mean, if we would have knew what we knew now, like we would have saved up for our kids when they was younger. Now life does happen, but like it's important to, you know, be able to have something for them so they don't have to deal with the same thing that we dealt with, like trying to, trying to fit in a predominantly like minority job, you know, to where you have to be less than yourself to try to, you know, fit in. You know what I mean? You gotta make sure that they always have a backup plan so they're not desperate and have to deal with certain stuff. You know what I mean? I had to learn stuff the hard way, and I was to the point where like, okay, certain stuff I'm not dealing with going forward off of principle. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And that's basically with these 9-to-5 jobs for sure.
You are very, very in tune. You are very, very. That's why it's working for you. Like just sitting here having this brief conversation. It's only an hour and a half. Just sitting here having this brief conversation, you can tell how in tune you are, and that's why you're going to be successful.
Yeah,
you're going to be
that's
successful.
the goal. That's the goal.
Salute. No doubt.
I don't know if it's just me, but I see crazy talent in Buffalo right now. I don't know if these producers and record producers, paying attention, but yo, it's some crazy talent coming out of Buffalo right now. I'm tapping in on that. So
I know you listen. We got 3 artists going to be on this platform.
I'm tapping in on that. What?
Yeah, Griselda
It's definitely time to break out the war chest on that. You already know.
Word. But yeah, Griselda, you know what I mean? Like that's who really has the eyes on us. Now it's up to us at this point.
Mm-hmm. That's
I
right.
see a lot of people get mad at Griselda because they expect to get put on, quote unquote. There's no such thing as getting put on. You know what I'm saying?
You gotta put yourself on.
And then the thing is, like, they already put every artist that's serious on because the eyes are on us. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean, everything else that's up to you. You gotta put your own groundwork in.
That's
right. To be honest, like when you sign, and some people that sign to a label, like they're in the same predicament as an independent artist. You still gotta grind. Just because you sign to somebody doesn't automatically mean that you gonna click.
Fact. Man,
amen.
Out
there touring now.
Amen.
Conway out there touring now.
But
but
that part, what he said though, that's the thing. I've been trying to get people in Buffalo to do that since they got signed. I tell you, especially during the pandemic when I did the radio show, when I had just the radio show before I did the podcast, and I was like, "What is y'all doing? Like, this is the time where y'all need to be getting your grind in right now." And they didn't have a clue what I was talking about. But then when the pandemic's over, they try to play catch up. But now people like Y.N.X been doing this. He ahead of the game. He's sprinting right now at the finish line, looking back like, where y'all at? You know what I mean? And a brother like me is at the finish line with him, like, where they at? We both looking back. Because he have a lane and I have a lane. I know his lane is a little more, wider than mine, but we still on the same track next to each other, doing the same thing in a different way, but still being successful.
Yes, sir. That's what it's about.
Yes, and it's not even a young game, because some of these cats are low season, but they got fire in them.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
They have fire. I'm looking like, yo, is you serious? I'm like, yo, oh man, I'm paying attention to that.
That's a fact.
Yeah,
I'm paying attention to that
for sure.
Look at that.
We're gonna go into the real, another one of your tracks. I listened to that about 3 times today. The video is dope as well.
My favorite track to perform.
Yeah. I think I've seen a few things on there, and it's all over. It's on a lot of playlists.
Right. Yeah.
A lot of playlists.
That's one of my favorite joints. That's produced by Jay DePina. He's out of Rhode Island.
Okay.
Can I say something?
Yeah, go ahead.
Since that's your favorite one, hit us with a little something.
Definitely. Absolutely.
Come on with it.
Say, yo, with freedom in my mind, there's no excuses. I only came to show you what the truth is. They throwing names out for the clout. I took my bump and bruises without looking foolish. Money was the root for my hunger, but if I lose it, it ain't lucrative. I swear I ain't new to this. It's a proven myth. They lying about their cheddar. When they don't got 2 downs to rub together, I'll never be a sellout. You niggas is rich, hating the up and coming. Believe me, I'm up to something. They need me, I'm David Ruffin. I plead everything that I see and witness greatness. Hate me, no fees from the sea, from the breeze. But yeah, that joint, that's off of, that joint is from a project I'm working on now, some older joint, but I fucked up a little bit. But yeah, that's the gist of it. You know what I mean? All kicking knowledge. I try to at least, put knowledge in, at least the first bar of the verse. The first bar of the verse is the most important. You know what I mean? So that first one got to be you gotta capture the listener. So
I heard some Nas in there too. Heard some Nas flavor there too.
Word.
I think it's
his lyrics. You can just the way you spit, you can see that influence.
Right.
You sound so 90s. You
sound
sound so
Game and some Nas.
it's like a breath of fresh air.
Yeah.
No doubt. That's what's up.
You and the Joker need to come up with a little something.
We just talking about that. Yeah,
I
no
hear
doubt.
the Joker in the background.
Okay.
My hand is itching. My hand is itching.
Yeah, we on the same platform too. Like I gave him this whole 13 because he on 65 radio stations and he probably a little bit more over me, but I'm on 65 different radio stations worldwide. And every radio station that I'm on, he's on the same playlist. So it's like we come together and them DJs see that and they be like, "Yo, they collab and that's gonna change the whole game right there." I mean, like, that's me. I'm a very creative dude, and my album is done with DJ Flipside, Wu-Tang Clan affiliate. You know what I mean? That's releasing in January, and you know what I mean. So I'm open right now, free for a lot of things. Your producer, JP from Rhode Island, I gotta get a couple of tracks from him too, also. Yeah, same producer. Yeah, no doubt. Dylan, my man, Chillian Davis, one of my favorite producers. My man from UK, B Frankie. Yeah, I got a couple tracks from B Frankie. You know what I mean? And I got my boom back.
Yeah.
Okay,
Let's
we're
get into
gonna
that
get
song.
into the song.
Word.
Yeah, the real. So this is the Y.N.X. Go ahead and introduce the song.
Yo, it's Y.N.X. We tapped in right now. You know what I mean? And it's the real video off of the Fire Scale EP. You know what I mean? Tune in.
Type of reference you relate to, recall the struggle that made you. Now when they try to play you, they can't do much because it's that. Yeah, Y.N.X. Look, I'm still evolving. I tell myself approach the game with caution. You hear this flow that often, no more talking is that. I sit back, watch the game, they had to hate you. They're responsible for the energy people gravitate to. Right, am I wrong? It's human nature, but I'm done with doing favors. Less is more, my metaphors will take you on a tour. My head to the sky, feet to the floor. Rap is a chore and I'm cleaning house. Y'all need a clout, don't ask for me to vouch, I just weed them out. I get aroused from success, I just renew my vows. Knew I would be something as a child and went the extra mile. I'm antisocial, getting used to these crowds, and I've been vocal and expressing the lack of teachers' growth from an adolescent. Rapper reference you relate to, recall the struggle that made you. Now when they try to play you, they can't do much cause it's that. Yo, look, often they left me out. It leave me no help until I found out it's more life if you seek it yourself. I'm doing well just like the trials that met me. The Lord that blessed me can't complain. Don't come asking me why I changed, why I stay the same when the world different. I see it clearly, so don't come near me with bad news. If I did it, I had to. Plus cash rules, slept they ain't need me much. We don't believe in luck. My work ethic took me this far. Got a few CDs tucked, I'm fully loaded. One in the head, 10 in the clip. I did a dozen shows and 2 in a row. Time to get rich. I'm trying to give them whatever this game is. The same script, so please return to whoever you came with. You roll splits, I'm on the road, it's the difference. I count my distance, my vision said time would tell if they listen. My intuition is that. Yeah. Steady the coaching.
Welcome back. Welcome back. That beat is so relaxing. Also, I wonder, because you said you grew up in the church, or that your family were gospel singers. I wonder if that's one of the reasons why you are not necessarily a conscious rapper, but you can definitely be in that lane as well. Like, I don't hear the berating of the women and all the other stuff that you usually hear in a lot of the songs.
Right.
I don't hear that. It's just like your life story, pushing
Yeah,
knowledge, just talking about your journey.
definitely. That's you know what I mean. I can't say I started that way, but yeah, that's what I transitioned into as I got more mature.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Elevation is real. Change is good.
Fire.
A changed mindset will change your entire life.
For real.
When you
Any
differ
other?
from everything else, you differ from everybody else out there too. Not just in Buffalo, but you differ from the people that's even in your lane, even in the
Yes,
industry lane.
yes.
So you definitely
hmm
stand out. That's a good thing.
That's
So that's I
The
like
whole
that.
the whole
appreciate
Buffalo stands out, man. The whole
Yep, it
Buffalo
does.
is different.
Hmm.
The
Facts.
whole
It seemed
Buffalo
like
is
he can
different,
bring
man.
back what the what we had back in the
Hmm.
90s. Like, he can bring that sound that so many people are
Yeah, yeah, because
wanting right now.
you hear that Gordon Parks in there, that
Hmm.
Coltrane in there. Yo,
Yes,
that's
sir.
crazy. I'm telling you,
Yes, sir.
it's different. The whole Buffalo is different. I'm
Hmm.
tapping into that.
No doubt.
Look at you.
Yeah.
My hands
Tell you.
picture.
Go ahead and tap into it, because you know you finna win that Super Bowl too.
Yo, you ain't gotta tell me twice.
You know you about to win that Super Bowl. So that's gonna be the icing on the
No.
cake
Oh
for us.
yeah. Oh yeah.
Fire, fire. What you want to close out with? We can start with you, Y.N.X. What would you like to leave? Because you are going someplace. You've already transitioned to
Right.
that place, and you're just going to continue to elevate higher and higher. I was talking to Cap 716 on Wednesday, and he's another artist. He's another fire
Yep.
artist that's
See that?
very in
I'm trying to
tune,
tell you.
and
Look, what?
yeah, I can't
Man,
wait
listen.
to he's on Rush Wednesdays this coming Wednesday. But what would you like to leave the listeners with? Somebody who's
Definitely.
just, because there's a lot of listeners. I've gotten so much, what would you like to leave our listeners with?
So what I would
Drop it.
say is find your purpose and don't give up on it. You know what I'm saying? Like if you got something that you have passion for, just chase that dream because it's possible. You know what I mean? You don't have to take the normal route. And even when it don't seem realistic, anything is possible. So just, you know what I mean? Keep your eyes on the prize and keep going towards the same goal. And you know what I mean? You'll reach it as long as you got the mindset to do it.
Definitely that.
I like that. Even if it does not seem realistic. Oh
Definitely that.
my goodness.
Yep.
I
That.
Hmm.
made a video about that I'm going to post this weekend about
Word.
that. Even if you
Hmm.
don't see it, you can do it.
Yeah.
You,
Hmm.
you just have to believe it. It doesn't matter if nobody else believes it. You
As
have to
long as
Fact.
you
believe
believe
it.
it. Yep. Yeah.
Yeah. Don't let anybody take you off your trail. Don't let anybody take you off the route that you already know yourself,
Exactly.
which
That's it.
is so refreshing.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. What about you, the Joker? What would you like to leave our listeners with? I mean, you didn't even have to teach him any marketing. I
Man,
heard you. Yep. I heard
I
you
tell
tweeting
you,
it all.
man, listen, man. He figured it out in his own way, in his own lane, and that's important. I know a lot of artists don't do that. They try to follow another lane or an idea to market
Right.
themselves, which that's cool too. But you just took it from your own perspective of what you want to do, and it's working for you. Like I said, I've been seeing you on the platforms before I was on the platforms of other radio stations and DJs, and then and then when I start elevating and going to these stations, I see you on the same playlist, 3 or 4 of your songs. I think once somebody had, I think was DJ Supreme. He had 3 of your songs on the one playlist.
Okay.
You was like number 2. Matter of fact, it was like 10 Buffalo people
Right.
on one playlist. It was Shay Nor, you, me, Pretty Bully, um, Conway, Benny, and somebody else.
Word.
I think it was a couple other. You know, I named probably all of them right there. It was all on the same top 10 on
Right.
somebody's playlist. That's crazy. It was all
Right.
Buffalo.
Word.
Yeah, I think Caleb Bishop was in there too.
Yeah. What
Facts.
about you, OG Moan? What would you like to leave our listeners with? Did you enjoy the show? You're still listening to the music?
I'm gonna have to save a few of them.
Right. It's you can continue to listen, right? It's one of those.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Good music. That's all. Keep it going, and flood the markets. Hopefully you could get one with the Joker.
Yeah, right
Yeah.
Hopefully you could plug one in and meet my brother and make one with him.
Oh,
Rose Gold
Rose
Rail.
Gold Rail is fire. Yes, I would love to see that track with them. That'd be a good collab.
You ever heard of him?
What's his name?
Rose Gold Rails.
I heard it.
He from here, Buffalo.
Yeah.
Yes.
Buffalo.
Now look, I tapped in on you. You got to tap in on him.
I got you.
And I saved yours on the Apple Music.
Appreciate
I definitely did. I done put some stars, some thumbs up, all that.
Appreciate that. Much love to you.
No doubt about it. No doubt about it.
What about you, Big Mike? You enjoy that Coltrane?
Man, listen, you already know. God bless Buffalo with a new team, everything. I hope y'all get y'all stadium. And even if you don't, I'm coming through, but y'all got some crazy talent out there. We definitely need the Think and Grow show to put everybody up there.
Listen, I'm gonna do my best.
It's some crazy talent out there, definitely that.
It sure
I'm
is.
gonna do my best.
Really
I was listening to one of the interviews that you were on, Y.N.X, and in one of the interviews they said that what was going on in Brooklyn back in the days is going to be going on in Buffalo, right? It's going on in Buffalo right now.
Yeah, exactly.
And I think, and you guys can agree with me or not, I believe that you are definitely going to be one of the leaders in this game that's going to represent Buffalo.
Definitely. Yeah. It's already, it's already said and done. I've been putting the work in, so a lot of people are recognizing it. I just got to keep going. You know what I mean? That's it.
Mm-hmm.
You are so into. I love interviews like this. I love these type of interviews when people are in tune with themselves, because your mindset is so powerful. It's so powerful, and when you put that work in, like you go back. That's what I do with these podcasts. I go back and I critique myself. Like, you guys can critique me all you want, and that's fine. Constructive criticism, yeah, I'll take that. But I am my own worst. I am my own worst critic. Exactly. I am my own competition. You know what I mean? Once you put that in your head and you realize that you are really competing with you to get better, man, it makes life so much easier.
Definitely,
so much easier. And do your research. You. Before we go, you research Nas.
So I started listening to Nas probably early 20s, and now, because I use it as marketing now, you know what I'm saying? So when people say, yo, pretty much our voices are the same, you know what I mean, we got the raspy tone. So what I'll do is, when I'm setting up ads, I'll target around his videos, you know what I'm saying, or I'll drop around the same time that he'll drop, you know what I mean, because it, like I said, if people are already talking about it, actually, speaking of Nas, I have a EP called Sincere, and it's based off the character that Nas played in Belly. So as soon as somebody said it, because I was just getting tired of people, all I could say was thank you. You know what I'm saying? So, or appreciate it, no doubt. But now when they say it, I'll send them the album, the Sincere joint. You know what I mean? And that just kind of that's a psychological thing. Damn, I just said that he sound like him. Now he got a whole pretty much a whole storyline around the character that he played in the movie. You know what I'm saying? So I do little stuff like that to make sure that it's impactful of what I'm doing, and that, you know what I mean, I can use it to my advantage, because I had to think about that. Sounding like another artist either gonna hurt you or help you. You know what I'm saying? So I was like, okay, I can't let it hurt me. You know what I mean? So I just got to use it to my advantage. 97 Nas, that one. You know what I mean? Because a lot of people not gonna like it, but it may grab some people's attention. You know what I'm saying? So from there on out, I just always focused on using that to my advantage, you know what I mean, and just using the influence. But yeah, he definitely the GOAT still. You know what I mean? Cool G Rap, I got a joint with Cool G Rap too, titled Fake Love. Cool G Rap is another legend. You know what I mean? So yeah,
That's one of my favorite tracks. Fire.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah.
I'm gonna listen to Sincere because I see it all over when I put your name in the search. Sincere is one of the songs that comes up, and a lot of people like your music because there's a bunch of playlists with you out there. So I'm going to say thank you so much.
Yeah,
for,
and then also check out Dusty Souls with Kill Ali.
Oh yeah, and tell everybody where to find you at.
Yeah, so I'm on all platforms. Instagram is Y.N.X.716. Twitter is Y.N.X 716. The 2 albums that I dropped this year are Dusty Souls, which is a joint album with my brother Kill Ali. He's from Mount Vernon, New York. And then I got Sincere is the second joint that I dropped. And you know what I mean? Make sure y'all check those out and follow me everywhere.
I like that. I followed him on Instagram because I liked the collaboration that you guys did on the latest body of work that you dropped, and 2 albums this year, and the year has not ended yet.
I got another one. that I'm working on. I might save it for the top of the year, but I'm thinking about dropping it before the end.
Come back here. Come back and drop it.
I got you.
Come back and drop it. Thank you so much again.
Definitely.
Thank you for sharing this experience with me. I love these type of interviews. I'm just going to leave everybody with this. Do what he's doing. Find your purpose.
Appreciate it.
Find your purpose. And don't let anybody take you off of that path of finding you.
Well said.